Today, I'm very excited to sit down with Eric and learn more about his story and how he serves his clients with passion every single day. His brand's got soul, and he'll prove it to you right now. So Eric, great to have you on this little podcast.
I'm excited to be here, Thomas. Great to be here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So let's just start off. I want you to tell everybody where you're from, kind of where you grew up and what life was like for you in your beginnings.
Yeah, I grew up just outside of Ottawa in Greeley. Grew up there with my parents, and we lived there my whole life. Had my dad on one end of the street, my mom down on the other end of the street, and it was a really nice, tight community for me. Moved into the city when I was about 18 years old. Moved all around in my early years of moving out, and then just last year I actually moved back to Greeley. Went back home, loving it there again.
Cool, that's fantastic. I know that as we're getting to know each other, you tell me that you're doing, you do a lot of business in Greeley. You like to work in Greeley. You like to frequent the coffee shops and whatnot, and engage the community there. So it's good to have somebody who knows the community actually serving that community as well.
Absolutely. I love being there through it, and I wasn't there for about 6-7 years, and seeing the growth that's happened there was incredible, and it's continuing. It's awesome.
Awesome. So you got something interesting in your hands. You have a little package here that has a Godspeed G on it. What are you holding?
This is it's the Soul Guide. Very excited to open it here. Been a long time coming. We've been working on this, perfecting it, and my first time seeing it, so I'm excited.
Fantastic. Why don't you open it, because I know that we're going to both use these to carry out some of our conversations. So I'm excited to see what you think.
Awesome. Oh, it's incredible. That is incredible.
Isn't it awesome?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing it on the computer, it doesn't do it justice. It's not the same.
People ask me all the time, they're like, Thomas, it's 2021. Why are you printing books? Because you can never replicate a book with a digital screen. You just can't.
No.
You just can't. There's something special about it being tactile and holding it. This was a wonderful experience, and we're super grateful that you trusted us enough to share who you are throughout this process. For those who don't know, of course, the Soul Guide is basically your story, your identity, your brand philosophy, brand principles in a book. And that was a journey. It took a few months to capture all of that. But how was that process for you overall?
It was extremely eye-opening. I think I came into the process thinking I knew what my brand was, what my business was, and I think throughout the process I was learning more and more about what really drives me every day. And I think we've captured it incredibly in this book. Both the copy and the visual of it, it's really came together.
Fantastic. I think it's what you mentioned is so profound, because I feel like that process was almost like a microcosm for life. I think we need to learn about ourselves every day. I think a lot of times we wake up and we go, yeah, I know exactly who I am, until something happens in the day where you realize, shoot, I didn't know I was either that great or I had that much work to do. But I think it's important to be intentional about knowing yourself. And that's what we're here for today. We want to actually learn about you, and we want you to tell us about some of the things that are in there. I know that you were mentioning that you grew up in Greeley and whatnot. Your father was an architect, right? How did that influence you working, your decision to work in homes and in real estate?
Yeah, I think that really came through on a subconscious level. I mean, growing up, we were in a relatively new community as well, and there was always new construction going on, and after supper, we would go out for walks, and we would always be looking at the homes, walking through them if there wasn't a door on them yet, and just admiring them. So just from seeing them and living that of seeing plans on the kitchen table or walking through any of these other houses, became something I was always interested in from a young age. I kind of knew that there was something in that housing industry that I wanted to get into.
That's important. I think, one of the things you said is that you've been interested in it since you were young, from a young age. And when you look at people who are really good, really strong at their craft, a lot of them, they have stories that date back to their childhood. So it's interesting that, although you didn't know it then, you enjoyed this thing so much that would one day become a part of your professional journey, right? So it's interesting how the story of our lives, from the genesis of our lives, actually matters. And we forget that in business, I think. A lot of times we don't realize that, our everyday lives, our life story should be integrated in our business journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been extremely helpful. Just knowing some of the back end of construction of the homes has been extremely helpful in the business.
Awesome. So what are some of the things that you enjoy in life? What do you like to do?
My free time is, like growing up in a small community is I love spending time outdoors and in the community, going on walks. I mean, this time of year, the fall walks,
that's beautiful.
Is beautiful.
Yeah.
There's nothing I like more than doing that. Spending time with my family, friends, just being with people in the community. I think COVID has been quite an impact on all of us, and I think for me it really made me realize how important that community and that social aspect of life was.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Now, people don't realize that although you can take time to plan something, or you can go out and you can just do something, it's important to see it before it happens. And we call that vision. We really believe that vision is something that we as human beings all need in order to make things a reality. You have to kind of see it first. We took some time to unearth and extract your vision together, a strong one that's meaningful to you and your clients. What is that? What is it and what does it mean?
Yeah, my vision is for every homeowner to absolutely love home ownership. And that's from my clients, people I meet who are already homeowners, everybody in the community, really. I want home ownership is an exciting time, and I think people get into it super excited. After a couple of years, sometimes problems can arise. Being a homeowner comes with a lot of responsibility as well. And it's really my vision to make it so that every single homeowner can just really experience that love of home ownership. I
love it. That's powerful. And what I like is that you're writing yourself into their story, not in a way that's invasive.
Yeah.
You're not staying in their living room too long. But what it does communicate is that ultimately what you want them to do is you want them to take the time that they've experienced with you in finding and purchasing a home, and you want them to love that forever. And I think that that's important. That's something that you should have in your heart as you help people to make one of the biggest purchases that they ever will make, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how do you do that? It's awesome to have this vision and this dream, but I'm sure people are wondering, how does Eric help his clients to accomplish that? How do you do that?
I need to be the solution, and that comes in so many different forms. And I think it being the solution for me, I think we came across my brand's pillars, and I need to establish trust. I need to have the trust of my clients that they can count on me to be the solution, and that's something I need to build over time. On the other side of trust, I need to trust everybody who I'm referring to my clients. I only want to bring the absolute best. I want to make sure my anybody coming into your house to fix a problem or maybe upgrade something you want, I want to make sure that they're the best, and I trust them as well.
I love that. That's powerful. So, the act of achieving that vision for you is to be the solution. That's really your mission.
Absolutely.
Is to be the solution. I love it. I think that's powerful. And what that does for clients is, if they know that that's who you are, then they're going to live in that home with more comfort and confidence that there are people in my network to help me if anything goes wrong. I just moved into a new home. I changed context as well. If I'm like from the city to the country.
Okay.
And there are a bunch of things that were not smooth in that move. My wife could really tell you. But you know, the truth is that there were some people in our corner that helped us to go through that, you know, some of these challenges with a little less worry, and that counts. So being the solution, knowing that you have someone in your corner that is a solution is powerful. It's a powerful thing, and it's something that I think, you know, I'm sure your clients really appreciate.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, you know, one of the things that's really important too as human beings is just having a purpose. Waking up every day knowing that you're here for a reason. You're here intentionally. You could be doing anything else in life. You chose to be a real estate agent. You chose to be the solution for your clients. You chose to dream that they would love home ownership. Why?
Yeah, I think it goes back a long way. I think I knew, like we talked about from a young age, I wanted to be in this real estate housing industry, but I didn't know where in it, and
Right.
A lot of the jobs in it just didn't interest me to be behind a desk or behind a computer all day. I started working in the bars and restaurant industry and customer service, and I loved that side of things as well. And one of the things I loved most about it was just connecting people, being able to connect people with new friends, connect people with friends from out of town. Maybe they're sitting at the bar, and connecting two people at the bar just to have a conversation and have a great night. And I think I started looking at it and where can I combine those two passions of connection and the housing industry, and real estate agent just, it seemed like the fit, and it really has been.
Fantastic. You know, it's nice that you're able to take two things that you love, two affinities, combine them, and find purpose in what you do. When you wake up every morning, you know, you get ready to help clients, to be the solution. How does that make you feel personally?
It's great. It's my favorite thing is probably every day I try and call a few past clients and speak to them, and hearing from past clients the experiences that they're having in their home. Great experiences are obviously fantastic to hear, but even a negative experience that they've had and being able to find a solution for it, it's the most rewarding feeling for me.
Amazing. I'm sure some are wondering, like, you know, who some of the ideal or targeted people you work with are. And I know that you work with people who are new to Canada, new to investing, new to buying, and new to selling. Talk to us a little bit about these people who are new to the home buying, selling, investing process. Talk to us a little bit about who those people are and how you help them.
Yeah, I think one of the another one of the pillars that we've spoken about was expertise, and coming with the expertise was educating, and that's another part that really drives me, is the education side of things. So people new to any piece of real estate, not necessarily a first-time buyer every time. It just can be, maybe this next home is a new style to you, or new to the country. Being able to take the time and educate and empower these people to make a confident decision in what they're doing, and just adapt the whole community around them to help and use my resources. That's what I find is very motivating for me, and what I can do best in the education.
Awesome. You know, I think it's always a beautiful thing when you can combine the work that you do, that you earn income for, with something benevolent, something that pushes the needle on something important for someone else. And I love the fact that you work with people who are new to Canada. I think whether those people are coming to Canada in a good situation, if they're affluent, or if they're not, just helping somebody to settle, to me, it extends past a transaction. That to me feels like a welcomer, and it's interesting that you're able to do that, and it's a beautiful thing that you're able to help new Canadians find home. I think that's very special.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So you have, like most, like most, businesses and brands, they have slogans, they have taglines. Slogan is Gaelic for war cry. Here at Godspeed, we take war away and we add soul. We call it the soul cry. Yours is beautiful. It's together with homeowners. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? What does that mean for the clients?
I think a lot of the stresses and negative sides of being a homeowner that can take a toll on people are they come with the feeling of being alone when something is going wrong.
Right.
And I found that using the community, my network, my community of homeowners. Maybe I've got an artist that I've sold a home to and somebody else is looking for art, but just pairing these people together, it takes away so much of the stress and anxiety, and it really allows that freedom, and it allows you to be free in your home and just truly enjoy it. So I think being together with homeowners is myself being together and the community being together as a whole, and bringing those two together it's the most rewarding thing.
It's fantastic. I absolutely love to hear the fact that what you do every day is so intimately connected to who you are. I think that's important. In our quest of being whole beings, it's beautiful to see you doing that, because so many people aren't. There are a lot of people out there who are not happy at work. They're not working in their area of strength or expertise. They're not doing what they want to. They're not happy. There's no joy in work. And to see you do this and to include your clients in the fulfillment that you get from doing your work is really powerful. And it says that, it says a lot about you as an individual. It says that your brand got soul. And I'm really proud of the work that you do. And I'm going to make sure that I let people know about you. So if anybody is looking for somebody to help them in the home buying process, whether you are buying your second home, if it's your first home, if you're new to Canada, if you're new to selling in, or buying or investing, if you're looking for somebody who's going to be there, whether things are great or not, they're going to be there because they care about being together with you, together with homeowners. This is your guy right here, Eric Bekkers. Thank you so much, my man.
Thank you, Thomas. It's been great.
I see, man.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.